Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Walaikum salam.
Good morning to one and all present over here. Is my screen visible, sir?
Yes.
Okay, sir. So, without wasting my time, let me begin today's session. So, my topic is about the invisible curriculum, teaching empathy, curiosity, and wonder intentionally. See, there are two types of curriculum. One is which is visible. Visible means whatever the things which you teach by having the books, because in the book, all the curriculum details and format is already given. Say, for example, if you want to teach English, so what are all the syllabus for this particular year in English or math or science? Everything will be given in the book, all the contents will be given in the book. And these contents you are going to teach the students, and they are going to learn the knowledge out of it. So there is one more curriculum, which is invisible curriculum, where we teach value to these students. So before I begin my presentation, I want to say this quote. We teach who we are. This was said by Parker J. Palmer. How many of you agree to this statement? So we teach who we are. See, students, when they come to the school, so we are not only providing them the bookish knowledge. Okay. So we are providing them the value education. This is very, very important. As in the previous session, also Maulana was teaching about how to make the students to use a sweet language so that others should not get hurt out of their language. So how does it comes from? It comes because of the values. So by looking at the teacher only, a student imbibes and he transforms himself. So that is the reason why this quote was said by Parker J. Palmer. So let me begin this session. What is the invisible curriculum? So whatever the unspoken lessons which is taught by atmosphere, teachers' behavior, and their friends' interaction, peer interactions. This is what we call it as invisible curriculum. So this particular thing does not have a specific framework. So the students, each and every student, he learns through his experience day by day. Like for example, if you're a class teacher of any particular class and you can see a different set of students. Some of the student will be very, very obedient. He will listen to everything. Some of the students will be very bookish. He always uh, make himself engaged in learning and scoring marks. Some of the students, they will never ever touch the book, or they never ever listen to the teacher, but they will be very active in sports and other activities. So, like when you look at the atmosphere of the class itself, it will be a mixture of everything. So, we should know as a teacher how to behave with each and every student so that you can mold them. That is why the concept of holistic education comes here. Okay. So, as a teacher, we are not going to school just to teach them whatever is in the book. We are not, our purpose is not just to make them score marks and to make them move out of the class. So our complete purpose should be, we should provide them the holistic education. So by looking at the teachers, because teachers play a very important role, how we behave to the students, that's how they will react, and that's how they continue it in their life. And also peer interactions. As you can see, whichever the class you take, there will be a group of students who will be very obedient. They may never use any abusive language. They will talk very softly. But there are like certain set of students, okay, they may use abusive language. Okay. I mean to say, uh, that particular atmosphere comes from their particular livelihood. Okay. That we cannot judge actually. So by looking at them also, the other students who is well and good in his behavior, he may also get affected. Okay. So how to come out of this and how to make everyone align to this particular curriculum. So what is this invisible curriculum? So it helps you to shape the values among the students, to shape the attitudes as well as the habits among the student. So our main job should be, we should make sure if there are 40 students in our classroom or say 60 students in our classroom, we must make sure. So before they pass out of the school, they should go out as a good human being. They should develop positive values among them. Their attitude should be always a good attitude. The way they speak, it should be always sweet in nature. Okay, so all these as a teacher, we should make sure that each and every student's behavior, each and student's character is our responsibility. So parents, they have their own role. They are also taking care of their child. But when they come inside the school, we should make sure that all the students whose behavior is also inappropriate, whose attitude is also inappropriate, whatever it may be, but when he spent nearly 10 years to 12 years in our school, okay, but after completing the plus two, when he go out of the school, we should make sure that this particular student should go out as a good human. So what are the things we should do? So why it matters, how it influences students to learn, not just what. Okay. So it helps you to build these essential life skills. So how all this problem can be solved? So say for example, if a student is not at all listening to you, if his behavior is not at all appropriate, and if he is not at all good in academics, how we have to fine tune them? What are the ways through which we can fine tune them? The first skill is make sure to identify the student if he is not good at communication skill. Okay, if he is using inappropriate language, if he is not behaving properly inside the classroom, you must engage him in such activities so that his communication skills should develop. Okay, you make him participate in many competitions where his communication skills can be developed. Because once he get interest, okay, by looking at other students whose communication skills are very good, whose communication skills are very polite, definitely he will also imbibe it in his life. ओके, तो कैसा कर तो एक आदत बनना है, कुछ अच्छी आदत बनना है तो इट्स लाइक 21 days यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस कंसिस्टेंटली. कोई भी इंसान क्या भी रहते हो. ओके, इफ इवन फजर नमाज के लिए उठना है मिस हो जाता है बोले तो 21 days वी शुड प्रैक्टिस. ओके, वी शुड ट्राई टू मेक श्योर, मानी तो वी शुड ट्राई टू मेक श्योर वी हैव टू गेट अप. Okay, then definitely it becomes a habit. उसके बाद अलार्म, विदाउट अलार्म ऑल्सो वी कैन व्हाट यू कैन से, हमें अगर फजर नमाज के लिए उठ सकते हैं. सो लाइक दिस कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स के लिए भी इफ यू एंगेज द स्टूडेंट्स, ओके, continuously so that his communication skills can be developed for a period of at least 21 days, definitely his communication can be improved. Second one is critical thinking and problem solving. This is one of the main technique because all the IT companies, they hire the employees by looking at this particular skill only. So if you engage a particular student who is inappropriate inside the classroom, whose values and manners are not good, if you engage him with this particular activity by giving him a lot of problems via subjects or even daily life situations, definitely all his mindset will change. And then emotional intelligence is another life skill that we need to teach them. Time management, responsibility, and accountability. See, let me tell you one example. If a student is very, very mischievous inside the classroom means, we should give him some responsibility. This is very, very important because that particular student is not grown into an atmosphere where anybody is encouraging him, whether it may be their parents or it may be their neighbors or whoever it is. But if we give him some opportunity by encouraging him, by making him as like a any kind of leadership skill, if you give him, then definitely it transforms. I have seen real life examples in my school itself. So what I used to do is if a student is very, very mischievous, I make sure that I give him some responsibility. I make him like a discipline leader, or I make him to check the nails, uh, to check the uniform. Okay. That particular responsibility, when he takes, he does it perfectly. And he also makes sure that he also comes with a proper uniform and haircut and nails, etc. Okay, so we should try to do something. We should try to engage him in such a way that automatically, indirectly, his values also can change. His manners also can uh, bring a positive impact into him. And self-care and hygiene. This is also very, very important. Nowadays, many of the students, sorry to say, they are unaware of their self-care as well as hygiene. So we should make sure whenever we get time inside our classroom, we should teach them about how to keep their environment clean, how to keep their classroom clean, how to keep himself clean. All this is very, very important in our life. It's like Paki Ada Iman, hai na? So we should uh, teach them all these habit, and we should tell them all the values so that he should know about maintaining the self-care and hygiene. And financial literacy, this is very, very important. I think most of the schools have introduced this concept. So because when they move out of the school, they are even unaware of how to, I mean, after they earn money, okay, they are even unaware of how to spend it in a right way. So for that, this particular financial literacy course is very, very important. So this particular skills and all, it is not available in the book. Whichever the subject books you take, we may not find it. What we have to do is, we as a teacher, we need to sit and plan together so that we should inculcate all these particular skills. We should reach out all these particular skills to the students. So I have seen many schools, they have started this financial literacy as a course itself. So they have allotted a subject in the timetable itself so that the teacher, okay, it teaches them how to use the money effectively. So because when they move out of the school, when they join any company or a job, when they earn some 30,000 or a lakh, okay, they know how to spend it in a proper way. We should teach them the purpose of zakat. We should teach them the purpose of donation. We should teach them the purpose of charity. Then only it develops the good values. And because later on, when they go for a job, if they are not even aware of how to spend the zakat, how to give the charity, okay, how to give the charity directly as well as indirectly, and what are all the benefits out of it. If they don't know at all, okay, it becomes very difficult for them to manage. We should also teach them what is loan, what is EMI. Okay, is it haram or halal? And if at all we have to get the loan, how we have to repay it. What is the halal way of getting the loan? And when we should get the loan? All these things students might not be aware of. Okay, even in our school days, we are not even aware of all this concept. Okay, when we experience it after joining the job, we will get aware of the situations. Okay, so this thing right from the beginning itself, we need to teach them. And the last point is also very, very important. That is digital literacy and safety. So, see, nowadays, what you can say, all the students are prone to smartphone addiction. Okay, whether any student you take, whether they are in their home, whether they are financially stable or not, everybody is having a smartphone in their hand. Especially after COVID, okay, every student started using mobile phones. So when they browse something through the internet or when they play games, okay, they come across various good things also as well as bad things also. So we should make sure that we need to guide the students how to use the mobile phone or laptop or whatever the electronic gadgets they're using, how to use it in an effective way. So all these things slowly it impacts in their life in order to become a good human being. So what are the focus areas? So first thing, we should make sure that we should develop empathy among the students. They should become a good human. When a good human being, we tell, if a human being able to understand the values and emotions of others, then only we call that particular person as a good human being. Say for example, if a student has not brought lunch, okay, and the other student, he is having lunch. What he can do, we just tell the student that if you are having a lunch, you can share that particular lunch with the other student. This is a positive one. This is called empathy. So if a student is not having any pen, or if a student is not having a shoe, okay, the other student can help them, okay, either by collecting donations or whatever it is. Okay, so this particular empathy, small small things, if we inculcate in the students daily life behavior, definitely it it creates a huge impact in making them a good human. And the second thing is the curiosity. This is what we need to develop in the hunger to explore, positive things, the hunger to explore positive knowledge. All these things we need to develop. And the third one is wonder. Wonder means imagination or deeper meaning. So whatever the concepts you teach inside the classroom, they should be curious and they should wonder how this particular thing has come. Okay, we should what you can say, we should not just go and teach. We should make sure the student asks us as many questions as possible till they clarify a doubt in any topic. And how we can bring empathy in practice? The first thing is model kind listening. Kind listening in the sense, so when a teacher goes inside the class, they should also use very sweet language. They should also use a very optimistic language. Their behavior also should be very optimistic among the students. Certain teachers, they lose their temper when the student is not at all listening. They may lose the temper and they may also use abusive language. But it creates a very negative impact among the students. Okay. So first thing what you should do is you should make sure as a teacher, whatever, even if a student is doing very mischievous activities also, we should make sure that we should control our emotions and we should try to hammer him, even though we should raise our voice, but we should not make sure that, okay, we should not use abusive language. The classroom atmosphere should be of like kind listening. And sometimes you can also tell stories to humanize others. You can tell stories from your own experience, or you can also tell them the story of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or you can also tell quote hadith, okay, in order to teach them small uh, good values so that they should also learn and they should also get it in practice. Okay, and the third one is create safe spaces for sharing. This is also very, very important. Okay, so whatever you share to them, you should make sure you should also monitor whether the students have started applying it. Okay, so teach feelings as fluently as facts. Remember this point. Okay, when you teach about the values to the students, we should make sure that it reaches out each and every student. We should not tell them like uh, basic laws of science or basic laws of physics. No, feelings is different. Okay, subject is different. So feelings comes when we apply it in our action, because student, uh, what you can say, students look at the teachers and they put it into the practice in their life. So when we put it in our action, definitely it creates an impact on the students as well. So how do we cultivate all this curiosity? So let students ask the questions. Okay, you should give a space to them so that they should ask any question, even if it is a subject related question or even if a question related to the values, which is not at all in the subject. Even if a student is sharing his problems, daily life problems, that also we should listen. Okay, and design open-ended talks. This is very, very important. Sometimes a student, if he feels that he is the favorite teacher and he can able to solve his family issues or his emotional issues, definitely he will come and ask you. Okay, at that time you should not ignore him. You should give space to him. You should have an open-ended talk with him so that you can able to try to solve the problem with as much as possible. And next one, celebrate uncertainty and mistakes. Sometimes as a human being, they may also do mistakes. Okay, we should tell him the impact of it. First thing is we should teach the impact of this. So his mistake, because of his mistake, how it impacted him as well as the others, how it impacted his emotion as well as the teacher's emotion. So first we need to teach them this so that next time he will think of doing such a mistake. Okay, so why do you think that is greater than is this correct? Okay, so this particular word we need to use, is this correct? Even if a student is doing mistake, okay, instead of telling why do you think that you have done this mistake, we should also tell him that is this correct way of doing it. Okay, they should know that because we should get the answers from them and we should not teach them what you have done is wrong. You should have not done like this. Okay, because it will not create much impact. Instead, if you ask the student itself his opinion, that only creates a great impact in changing his life. And the last one, inviting wonder. How we can invite wonder? Through these three things. Pause for the awe-inspiring thing, awe-inspiring moment. Use nature, art, and big ideas. So before we begin the lesson, also indirectly, we used to give the motivation, right? So through the nature, through the art, or by asking a big idea question, definitely it evokes their routine. Okay. And then ask what surprises him. Okay. So these three things, if you ask, definitely it creates wonder inside the classroom. So wonder is the beginning of wisdom, said by Socrates. And the last one is teaching intentionally. So be aware of what you're modeling. Okay, because we are not going to teach the subject. We are going to teach them the values through this invisible curriculum. So while teaching the values also, we should make sure that whatever you are going to teach them, it should be appropriate. Because sometimes if we don't plan it properly, if you don't teach it accordingly, it will also have a great negative impact among the students. And embed values in daily practice. Slowly, one practice you can do. Okay, like I used to do inside my classroom. As soon as I enter inside the classroom, I make sure the students they all get up and they read this particular line, D for discipline, D for discipline. They will repeat three times. Okay, so when they repeat it daily, every day, whenever they come inside the campus, then definitely it has a great impact on them. They will remember why he is insisting more on discipline. Okay, and then reflect often with the students as well. So by just teaching values, if we are not following it up, then it will not have an impact. Okay, we should also make sure, okay, to monitor and to reflect with the students as well, and we should also give opportunity to the student as well to come on stage and share their good manners. Okay, so the invisible curriculum is always active. You should not think that this particular curriculum is not having any value because it is not visible. No, it always remains active inside the classroom. The only question is whether you are guiding it or not. It is in the hands of the teacher. So, quick classroom ideas. What are all the things you can do? I will just wrap it this presentation with these 3 points. So, daily gratitude plus wonder checking we should do as a teacher, and student-led inquiry projects also. We should give some small value-based projects to these students as well, and weekly empathy stories or reflections also. So, whenever you go to any particular class, at least one class you should allot it so that you teach about the good values and manners to the students. So final thought. So children learn more from you, who you are, than what you say. Okay, we can say thousands of stories. Okay, we can tell about APJ Abdul Kalam. We can tell about whoever the great personalities. You can also share your own experiences as well. But unless it is not in the action of a teacher, a student will never have an impact of it. So we should make sure that we should also practice it so that when you teach the student about good values, he should also imbibe it in his life. So empathy, curiosity, and wonder only cannot be forced, but they can be slowly nurtured. Okay. So any questions from the teachers, they can feel free to ask them.
No,
Hello. Any questions? You can also ask in the chat box as well if you are not comfortable in asking via audio.
yes, some students are not listening when we are teaching.
Okay.
They're not listening to us.
Hmm.
What to do? So they are continuously they are doing mischievous things. Next, what to do?
So continuously, if he is doing mischievous thing means, what you can do is you can ask him some questions first. Okay, the first step is you ask him oral question. If he is not at all answering it, okay, you give him some assignment. Okay, the
Okay.
punishment is not like just by beating or by scolding. It will not have an impact. Okay, the second stage is you invite him, okay, and you ask him to solve the problem. Whatever you are teaching, you ask him to solve the problem in board. Okay, you give him opportunity. Then if he is not able to solve, he himself will feel ashamed. Okay. Then immediately you don't take action. You wait for 2, 3 days. Okay. And then you motivate him. Okay. You tell him that definitely if you tell him strictly to write the assignment and come, he will not do it immediately. He will take 2, 3 days. But you should follow it up. You should tell him, you should ask him every day. Have you completed the assignment? Have you completed the imposition which I gave you? Like this, you ask him question. So after 2-3 days, definitely he will respect you. Whoever be the student, even though if he is mischievous, he will definitely respect you. And once he brings the assignment or the imposition, you reward him something, either through words or by giving him some chocolate or anything. Then after that, you see, it will create a big impact on him. He will start loving you. He will start listening to your class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other question? It's a very good question, actually. Any other question?
Very important questions shared by teachers. Thank you, Shafeeq sir.
Thank you, sir.
Sir has given a very skillful insight into the atmosphere of the classroom and what to do to influence, how to influence the students and make them learn, and what essential life skills we have to build. Sir has clearly pointed out. Communication skills we have to develop, critical thinking and problem solving, that also we have to take care. Emotional intelligence, nowadays all are surcharged with emotion, students, teachers, parents, even management people. So how to manage the emotion, we have to teach them. Time management is also important. Responsibility and accountability, in this aspect also we have to teach our students. Self-care and hygiene. Financial literacy, as Sir has pointed out, we have to time to time give advice on this topic also. Digital literacy and safety, that is widespread and very harmful in many cases. We have to give time to time these tips on safety and digital literacy. So all these things Shafeeq sir has pointed out clearly. Very much thankful, sir, for giving us these ideas, and these will be implemented in the classroom, inshallah.
Inshallah, sir.
So
Jazakallah, sir, for the opportunity.
with this program comes to an end. Again, tomorrow we will be meeting Tamil